See the pretty snowy sky.
Oh, yes.
We have had fires the last 2 days in the fireplace.
Oh, nice.
Winter again.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi. Oh, there's.
Hi, Joanne.
Hello. Hi, Joanne. So Joanna
Joanne.
and Joanne.
Joanne and Joanna, yes.
Oh, I go by Joe because there are other Joannes.
Okay, perfect.
And
Oh, hi, Joe, Joe.
JoJo is fine too.
Joe. Let me turn my light on.
Well, is there any special requests today? Anything you guys want extra of? Extra attention to anything?
No, I can't think of anything. My abs are sore. I think we've been working them hard this week. So
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, there's
I
no
noticed.
getting around that core for sure. Core always, and then you know all the other good stuff.
yeah.
All right, well, I have 12:01, I think. Should we get started?
Yeah, you're good to go. I hit the record, so go for it.
Okay. All right, guys, you ready?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna scoot on my mat. So come on into seated, bottoms of the feet together. We're just gonna start with a little roll down, opening those hips. So we're gonna inhale through the nose, exhale, roll down, using those forearms again to press down on those legs, gently opening those hips, and let the back of the neck stretch. So get that nice little chin to chest stretch for that spine, nose to feet, and then stack the spine back up. Roll the shoulders back, and again, inhale through the nose, roll it down. Stack that spine back up, belly button to spine. Stretch out your legs, flex those feet. You're gonna reach out like a zombie. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, slide forward, stretching that spine long. Roll up, stack the spine back up to seated, right high on those sit bones. Inhale, spine stretch forward. Exhale, really flex those feet so you get a nice hamstring stretch and calf stretch too. Roll it up, shoulders down, long neck. Exhale forward. Stack that spine. Exhale forward. And roll it up. If I were there, I would pull your hands away. Stretch those fingertips. Lengthen that spine. Stack it back up. You should be feeling warmth in your core, front, side, and back of the core as well, right? Because you're sitting up really tall. And flex those feet, trying to get those heels off the floor. Roll it up tall. Good, arms out to the sides. We're just gonna twist the spine now, get it warmed up here. So you're gonna twist all the way to one side. Reach past that pinky toe as you saw off your toes. Look toward the back arm and then up and untwist. Twist to the other side, saw off your toes. Look behind you to get that extra twist and come up. So let's do 3 breaths, 3 exhales. Here we go. And untwist, other side. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Good, up, keep those feet flexed. And 1, 2, reach farther on the third reach. Yeah, so small, bigger, biggest reach. Should feel that nice stretch in the spine, the hamstrings, calves, ankles warming up, belly button to spine. Last one, inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Come on up, bring those legs back together. So just find a comfortable seated position, legs kind of crossed, bottoms of the feet together, whatever feels best. We're just gonna lift those arms all the way up and all the way down. So you wanna open that chest wide, big swan-like arms. Warming up those arms, shoulders, and back. So my quote from Joe Pilates today is just to remember that civilization impairs physical fitness. So our daily civilization right now that hunching over, right? And that's sitting, watching TV, sitting in bed, sitting and reading, sitting on the computer. It's impairing our posture. So you're here fixing it with me, breathing, and down. So let's stop with the arms parallel to the floor, and we're just gonna point and flex the hands. Yeah, point and flex. Get those wrists warm, arms warm. You don't really need weights. Yeah, if you go with control, you go long enough, slow and steady, you'll feel it. Breathing, good. Shoulders down and really tall spine, like someone's kneeing you in the back there. Nice job. 2 more. And last one. Good. Flip those palms up, and I just want you to tap your shoulders and release. Inhale, tap. Long swan next. Release those hip flexors, right? No tension in the hips or thighs. We're just warming up those arms and backs. Shoulders are down. Keep those elbows lifted. Good. And my husband was working out this morning in the living room with the kids, and he was bicep curling the kids. So you got to do it somehow. So this is our little bicep, no kid weights. Hard enough. And reach up to the ceiling for 10. Up and tap. And 9. So our last set of arms. 8. And then we'll lay down and start on those abs. 6. Good. Stretch your spine. Touch the ceiling. 3. And good. 2 more. Reach it up and float them down. Are your arms warm? Let's roll on down to our back. All the way down. Plant those feet. Rest your head. You're just going to march. Imprint that low back. Float that right leg up. Tap it back down. So you're really imprinting, making sure there's no space underneath your low back as you march. One leg at a time, just to get that core connected. So we're not marching with the hip flexors or the quads. We're using those low abs to lift and lower the leg. Yeah? Making sure you're taking out all that space under the low back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do 2 more rounds. Connect, really imprint. Stamp that low back down into the mat. Really glue it. 2. And last one. Let's take it up a little more difficult. Both legs up, both feet tapping. Tap and lift. This is my favorite core warm-up because you're really having to hold on to that imprint with those abs, right? No strain on the neck, no strain on the upper body here. It's just all core. Versus if you were doing like crunches and kind of trying to get the neck involved, this is just a really nice way to warm up that core. Exhale as you bring the legs up. Inhale as they lower down. Yeah, so coordinating that breath is important. Breathing is part of the core exercise. And 2 more. And last one. We're going to stretch those legs up to the ceiling. Flex those feet. Get a nice hamstring stretch. Flex to lower. Point the toes. Lift them back up. So now we're just doing the same thing, lowering and lifting, but with straight legs. So we're just creating that longer lever, right? More challenging. So if you want to keep going with the legs bent, that's fine. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. So only going as far as you can without losing that connection of the low back. 2 more. Last one. And bend the knees again. Take that side to side. So plant your hands down like a T out to your sides. Glue your legs together. And oblique warm up here. Drop those knees to the right. Bring them back through to the center. Drop them over to the left. See if you can drop all the way to the floor and still bring those knees back up through the center. Make sure you do a big exhale to bring the legs back to center. That breath will help you every step of the way. You can let the low back come off here, right, as you're twisting to really get that full twist and then have to come back to center. See how it works for your inner thighs as well? So your legs want to separate. Don't let them. Keep them together. One more set. And last one, we're going to go into our hundreds. Yeah, so lots of choices for hundreds. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. You can keep the legs here in tabletop. You can extend them up toward the ceiling, or you can lower them on the angle of your choice. Yeah, the lower, the harder. So we come up, chin to chest. We look eyes to thighs, and let's go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 32, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 42, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. And 52, 3, 4, 5. 62, 3, 4, 5. 72, 3, 4, 5. 82, 3, 4, 5. 92, 3, 4, 5. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And full body stretch out, arms and legs. Ready for our roll-ups? Yeah, so point those toes. Anchor those legs and feet. Start your exhale, reaching the arms to the ceiling, chin to chest. Roll it on up, trying to come up smoothly. If you need to use the backs of the legs to help you up, grab on, stretch out past those toes, reach up to the ceiling. And then roll it back down, one bone at a time. Nice slow spine massage down. Exhale, brings you up. Point those toes, stretch those legs, that's your anchor. Reach up to the ceiling and roll it down. Making sure you're scooping belly to spine out the whole way for these last 3. Here we go. Reach that spine long. Reach it even longer toward the ceiling as you reach up. And then like you got punched in the gut, rolling back and down slow motion. 2 more. Here we go. Reach past those toes for a stretch. Reach up to the ceiling. Pull those fingertips to the ceiling. And then roll it down. Good. So you want to go as smoothly as you can and as slowly as you can for this last one. Let's drag it out. Take it nice and slow. Reach it up to the ceiling and roll it down. Be the last one down. And all the way stretch. Good. Bring that right knee in to your chest. Hug it in. Release those hips. We'll take our spine stretch. Take that leg across the body. Extend the right arm. Look to the right. Maybe crack your back. Mine just did. And if you'd like to add another stretch, you can grab onto your right big toe with your left hand and make yourself into a cross. A cross on your mat. Just getting that extra little stretch for that right leg. And then rolling back onto your back. Hug that right knee in and then send it down onto the floor. Change sides. Left knee. Hug it in. Crease that hip. Release it. Take it across the body. Belly button to spine. Oh, crack that back. Take that nice big ring out twist. Bringing out the spine. So if you pull your belly button in, it makes room to twist farther. And then if you'd like, grabbing onto those left toes with your right hand, making yourself into that cross for a few breaths. Reaching that left shoulder for the floor. And then back onto your back. Hug that knee in. Let's go into our vacation series. So we're going to hover that right leg, eyes to thighs, chin to chest, and we go into single leg stretch and switch and switch. Awesome. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. So if you think about reaching your hand to the outside of that ankle, the knee that's coming in, that'll help you get up higher onto those shoulder blades. Yeah, higher up off the mat with the upper body. If you think of reaching to the outside of the ankle. Just give you that extra reach. Yeah, rather than just reaching for the knee. Belly to spine, eyes to thighs. And hug those knees, rest your head. You get 1 breath between sets. Take a big one. Stretch the legs up. Single straight leg stretch or splits or scissors. So one leg comes in, one leg drops down. You split and switch and switch. Awesome. Think about bringing your chest up to your leg just as much as your leg is coming in toward you. So it's not just the leg coming in, it's also upper abs working, yeah? Try to get those knees straight. It's a hamstring stretch as well as abs. And you get your one breath. Rest that head. 2 out of 5, done. Hands behind the head, eyes to thighs. Stretch those legs. Double leg lower and lift. Down, down, down. Exhale, up, up, up. So if you'd like to keep your head on the floor, that's totally fine. If this is too much forward flexion, just keep that head down and continue. Are you exhaling the legs up? One more. Take your one breath. Knees bent. We have crisscross next. Hands behind the head. Give me a really big twist to the left as that left knee comes in. And then really big twist to the right as the right knee comes in. And twist. And twist. So it's my goal to do this set of 5 exercises every day. It only takes a few minutes, right? It's only 5 sets, 5 or so exercises, 5 sets of each. And it's a really great little core check-in. And twist. And take your rest. Last one is double leg stretch. So you make yourself into a ball, right? Chin to chest. You reach your arms and legs out away from each other. Exhale, bring everything back into your ball. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle in. Of course, you're maintaining imprint, keeping that low back anchored down into the mat. No strain on that low back. 2 more. Last one. You're good, you're done. Take a full body stretch. Shake it out. Hopefully your abs are warm. Bringing your arms back down by your sides. Bending your knees, feet flat on the floor. We're going to do a little single leg work on our backs here. So I want you to stretch your right leg up. We'll start with the right. Yeah, we'll start with single leg circles. So just circling on the ceiling. That right big toe is your marker, drawing those circles. Keeping that low back anchored, that's your stabilizer there as this long leg moves around. And reverse the circle for 5. Oiling up that hip, working that core. 2 more. And we're going to move into a little développé. So the leg's going to lower down to the floor, almost all the way down. Bend it into your chest. Stretch it up to the ceiling. Lower it down. Use your abs to bend that knee into your chest. Stretch it up to the ceiling. Lower it down. Abs, draw the knee in and stretch. Good. So the leg develops up to the ceiling, lowers down, bends in, stretches up. 1 more. We have to reverse that. So we're going to bend it in, skim the floor, lift it up, bend it in, out to the floor, lift straight. So we're trying to take the tension out of our hips and quads and use core only to make this leg go. And down, lift it up. 1 more. And release that right leg, shake it out. Let's do the left side. Single leg circle. So really use those arms as well. Engage the backs of those arms as you circle the leg to help stabilize you. So you've got that whole upper body anchoring you down. So it should be alive. You should feel that energy flowing through the upper body as well as the leg. And then try not to let this right leg wobble. We're just isolating this left leg. Reverse and around. Make sure you're exhaling on the way up. Inhaling down, exhale around. Good. 2 more. Last one. Keep that imprint. Lower that leg straight. Bend it in. Stretch it up. Lower straight. Bend it in. Stretch it up. Good. And lower. How far can you pull that leg in before you stretch it up to the ceiling? Pull that knee into your chest. Reverse. Bend it in. Stretch it long. Lift it straight. Right? Skim that floor, keeping that imprint the whole time, even as you skim the floor with that leg. Right leg is still, energy still in the upper body, anchoring you down. Breathing, exhale, lift. Last one. Let's put both legs together, yeah? So let's stretch both legs up to the ceiling, point those toes, and we'll do a little corkscrew around. So circling both legs, both feet the same direction. Just a small circle, yeah? You can maintain that imprint, so it's not going to be a big corkscrew, the full corkscrew here. Still challenging. And reverse that circle. Use your corkscrew. Open your wine. Keep going. Open that bottle. 2 more. 1 more circle. Really a nice stretch for those legs as well. Bend those knees in for a little break. Let's do some bridging. Plant those feet down. Plant those hands down and arms. So you're going to imprint the low back first. That's the first step. Pull the waistline in. Send those hips up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll it down 1 bone at a time. All the way to that neutral. So go ahead and rock into that neutral spine. And then you can really find imprint. Tuck. And then keep tucking. Keep that feeling of tucking as you go up. Your highest bridge. You don't want to feel any of this tension in your neck here. You still want to be able to move your head around. Okay. Rolling it back down. Taking that nice ride down. Again, imprint first. Roll it up. Making sure the weight's between your shoulders. Not that neck. A little bit higher. Eyes to the ceiling. And roll it down. All right, let's add on all the way up to the top. We're going to float our arms all the way up overhead to the floor. Keep going, arms all the way up. And then arms come all the way back down by your sides. So you're just floating those arms all the way overhead and then all the way back down. So now we've changed. Our arms are moving and our core, our hips are stable. And take turns here, stabilizing and mobilizing. Getting control of our bodies. And arms float up, arms float down. All right, when those arms float up, we're gonna lower our hips down out of that bridge. When our hips come up into the bridge, our arms float down. They're passing each other, opposing each other. Hips float down, arms float up. Get a little coordination here. Hips come up, arms float down. Turn your brains on a little bit. Arms up, hips down, hips up, arms down. So let's breathe with it. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift those hips. Inhale, lower those hips. Exhale, lift those hips. Awesome. Let's do 2 more. Looking good. Exhale, lift. And inhale down. Exhale, lift and stay. Marching 1 leg at a time. Float that right leg up. And lower it back down to the floor. Float that left leg up. Little marches. And right leg. Exhale. And down. Making sure you're doing 1 full breath per side. That way you can be sure you're going nice and slow, nice and controlled, without tipping those hips to the right or the left. And 1 more round. And left. Take that nice slow roll down out of that bridge. 1 more round of bridging. You can do it. Imprint all the way up into your bridge. Heels lift. Yeah, so those heels are lifted. Drop your right heel, lift it up. Drop your left heel, lift it up. So little heel drops, left and lift. Little tap dance, heel, lift, heel, lift. Anyone remembers their tap class from when you were little? Do those little heel drops, trying to keep everything still, core engaged. Energize through those legs and glutes. Pull the belly in and protect that low back always. And then let's drop both heels down, roll out of that bridge, and squeeze the knees into chest. Roll yourself up, flip on over onto your belly. And we'll work our backs a little bit more. Yay. You're going to stretch those arms and legs nice and long. Remember, as you're here on your belly, the whole time you're going to try to create that little mouse house under your belly, like you have an ice cube under there. Okay, so no sinking into that low back. So all we're going to do is take turns like a seesaw, lifting the arms and then the legs. So let's anchor the legs, lift only the arms, and float them back down. Now lift only the legs. And down. Good. Lift only the arms. It's hard, right? Legs, to not lift them both at the same time. Arms. That's the challenge. You're in control of your body. You get to choose. You're lifting just the arms and then just the legs. Don't let it just take over, sink into that low back. That's what we're really avoiding here, right? I want you to strengthen the upper back, legs, glutes, protect that low back. Strengthen the core here by pulling that belly to spine. And arms, and legs, and rest. So now we're just going to do legs. So keeping those arms down, if you want, you can bend the elbows and stack your hands, rest your forehead. We're going to lift the legs only and squeeze those heels together. Beat those heels. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Awesome. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Legs get a break. So anchor those legs and feet. And little chest lifts for 5. Lift that chest and lower. Lift the chest and lower. 3. 2 more here. And let's do it again. Lift those legs only. Squeeze, squeeze. Heels together, heels together. Click, click, click. Good. You should be squeezing all the way up to those glutes, all the way to the core. 5, 3, 1, and 5. Chest lifts. Anchor those feet down like someone's holding your legs. And lift. Hover chest lower. Lift. Hover chest. Lift. It can be a really tiny lift, or it can be a pressing into the floor and just lifting the chest that way with a little bit of assistance. Last one. And down. Take a child's pose. Push back onto those heels. 2 breaths here. And come on back down for round 2. Onto your belly. So you're going to, again, I want you to stack those hands, rest the forehead on the hand. You're going to hover, and I want you to open the arms out to the sides, bring them back to your forehead, and lower down. So you're adding an insert. Lift and hover, arms to the side. Arms return, lower down. Lift and hover. Pull that belly in. Even though it's on the mat, you still want to lift it. Are those feet anchored down? Open arms to the sides. Bring them back. Let's do one more. Lift and open, close, and down. Lift those legs only. Kick those legs. Kick, kick, kick like you're in swim practice. Point those toes. Flutter kick, freestyle kick. Pulling those belly buttons up and in. Glutes should be squeezed, rock hard. Slow breath, quick feet, quick legs. One more breath. Quick, quick feet. And lower down. We're going to do both of those again, and then we'll be done. So let's hover that chest. Open those arms. Maybe you want to bring your arms down to the sides this time. Bring them all the way back to your forehead. lower down, and hover. Arms reach back. Circle to your forehead and down. Let's do 3 more. Return and down. Lift and arms back. And return. Good. Last one, right? Lift and back. Bring the arms to the forehead and down. Let's flutter kick. Here we go. Kick, 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 kick. As you're kicking, your hip bones are reaching down into the mat and your belly button's lifting up into your spine. So a lot to think about to be in this perfect placement here and not stress the lower back. Really use those glutes and hammies. You should even feel this in the back of your powerhouse, right? This back. 2 more breaths. Last one. I lied, we're almost done. Superman, reach those arms and legs long. Lift the arms and legs, hold. And lower back into your child's pose. Had to put it all together there at the end. Catch your breath. If it feels good, you can even bring your hands down by your feet and rest over that way, if that feels nice. Take a few more breaths. Last breath. All right, come on up to all fours. We're gonna do our leg pull front and our leg pull back. So from the classical mat breath, you're gonna find your plank. So find your just plain old plank. If you wanna use forearms, that's fine. If you wanna bring your knees down, that's fine. Just pitch those hips forward, find that plank. We're gonna flex the right foot off the floor. And lower back down. Lift that left foot off the floor. So you're trying to lift the leg without lifting the hips. Yeah, so that's the trick, is not coming up into a pike, just lifting one leg at a time. Lift, leg pull. This is leg pull front. We're facing front and we're pulling our leg up off the floor. And pull, 1 more round, right and left. Come down to your knees. Send your legs through. And reverse leg pull. Yeah, so we're gonna come to forearms or fingertips facing our hips. Stretch those legs into a reverse plank, if you will. So from here, same idea, leg pull up to the ceiling and down. So before we were trying not to lift our hips. Now we're trying not to drop our hips. So it's the exact opposite. Leg pull, other direction, and right. Good. You can always just hold this reverse plank 1 more time. So now that you know what the heck it is, we're going to do it again. Send those legs through. Back to all fours. Find that plank. And here we go. Lift, leg pull, lift, and lower. 4 more sets. So you can always come to knees down. Yeah, lift and lower, lift and lower. You can always do it that way. 1 more round. Leg, pull, leg, pull. Send those legs through. Reverse it. You can point your toes for this one. I feel it helps point your toes. So point your fingertips toward your hips. Lift those hips up. If holding this flash dance moment is good enough for you, hold it. If you want to add the leg pull, lifting right and left. Yeah, so I always think of flash dance on the chair for this reverse plank. Good, right? And left. 1 more time. And left. And down. Good job. Side leg series. So we're going to lie on our side. We'll do some side lying work, which again is super awesome for our waistline. Yeah, because we're in that side position. Gravity hitting us right there, side of the waist, inner thighs. So you can be up on your forearm or choice to lay on that arm. So we're going to do a turned out position with the feet. So heels together, toes apart, your Pilates V, and you're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower in that Pilates V. Yes. So it's not gonna be big, right? It's gonna be a small little oblique inner thigh exercise. So I want you to make sure that bottom half of the waistline is lifted as well and not sunk down into the mat. Good. All right, we're gonna take a scissor motion here. So turn those legs into parallel, apart, and they switch. Did you remember doing this on the chair maybe? Yeah, maybe pressing down into the chair. You're side lying on the chair doing those scissor legs. I know I've done that in my classes. This is a good way to take that back down to the mat. Hard, right, to keep that balance. If you want, taking that top arm away behind the head. Good. And remember that développé we did on our back? We're doing it again here on our side. So go ahead and bring those legs together back into your Pilates V. Bend the knee up into your armpit. Stretch it to the ceiling. Lower it down straight. Bend it and stretch it up. Lower down. I'm going to come all the way down, I think. Bend it in, stretch it up, lower down. I find I can line up my spine a little bit better when I'm lying down versus kind of crunching or rounding forward. And you want to avoid looking down at your feet and rounding the spine. You want to just be listening to that floor with the ear. Beautiful. Let's do one more before we reverse it. So to reverse, we lift it straight, bend it in, trace the leg down. Yep, lift it up. Envelope the leg, envelop, up, bend it in, stretch it down. Good, 3 more. So all the while keeping those hips still, not letting them open up, not letting them rock backwards to really make sure we're getting into that glute. Last one. Good. And back to parallel, bend the knees slightly. Keeping the toes together, you're gonna open the top knee, close, crank it open, and close. Right, that little clamshell, open and close. Open and close. Open, crank it, 2 more. Last one. Good, now I want you to bring the knees together, knees and toes, and knees and toes. Turn it in, turn it out. Nice, in and out. 3 more, and 2, and 1. Good, and back to the center. Stretch those legs out long. I want you to swing the legs over to the other side. Swing over like you're on the pommel horse to the other side. So we have our Pilates feet, legs slightly in front, lifting and lowering. Yeah, so just a little lift without rocking backwards into that top hip. So lifting straight up to the ceiling, straight down, making sure you're really engaging obliques and inner thighs. Good, 5 more. Pointing those toes, turning out, heels together. Nice. Good, turn those legs back in to parallel scissors and scissors. So go nice and slow. Go big and slow versus small and quick, yeah? And then maybe you want to take that top arm away. Make it more challenging without that base. Good. Bottom half of the waistline's pulled in as well, that mat side. Good. Just imagining you're on that chair doing your scissors. And 1 more. We have our développé enveloppé. Yeah, so turn out the heels together, draw up the legs, stretch to the ceiling, and close with resistance. Bend it in, stretch it up, close, close, close. Good. Should be nice and fluid, a circular motion. And then like you're synchronized swimming, really feel the resistance of the water as you close. 1 more. Let's reverse it. Straight up, bend it in. Straight up, bend it in. Slide it down. Yeah, you can really use your toes to trace that leg. Lift. And then just always watch for that top hip, making sure it's forward and not rolling back. So we do this a lot on the reformer. Yeah, our single leg and strap work. Trying to maintain that side lying position and down. Good. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the wrong way. Envelope and envelope in. Good. We'll find our clamshell, yeah? So bending those knees. And then toes stay together. Knee cranks open and close. Toes stay attached. Open and close. See if that counteracting that hip staying forward, but the knee reaching back. Get that counteraction there. Not just letting that top hip roll backwards, right? To open up the knee. Because that's cheating. 2 more. Again, like you're underwater with resistance, open and close. Then we take the knee together, then the toes together, then the knees together, and we say ouch, and ouch, right? And knees. Go nice and fluid and slow. Yes, good. 3 more. And 2 more. Beautiful. Last one. Stretch those legs out long and onto your back. Cross one leg over. Take your nice hip stretch. Pull those legs into your chest. You've got one knee open out to the side, foot crossed over the top of the thigh. You can either reach for your shin or your hamstring to pull those legs in. And I'll challenge you here. See if you can do this stretch in a neutral spine. Yeah, so see how we naturally just tuck into that imprint here? See if you can maybe lift the back of the waistline a little bit and stretch. It'll give you a whole different feel. It'll increase your stretch. You'll be able to go deeper while still stretching your spine. So we're not just gonna round the spine just to get to those hips and glutes. We'll be able to stretch the spine and the hips here if we do neutral spine. So that's always the kind of cool thing to think about when you're stretching on your back, is to find neutral maybe and see how that changes the stretch. Same with your hamstring stretches that we do. All right, let's switch sides, shake it out. So go ahead and just get into the stretch like you normally would. Just rocking whatever you need, imprinting that low back, rounding the spine a little bit. And then once you're comfortable, see if you can just pull that waistline in. So you've got that little tiny beam of light under your low back. See if that can help you deepen your stretch and help you lengthen your spine. It's all about, I mean, it feels good to round the spine like that, but I know I've just been thinking a lot about how can I extend my spine, how can I, keep pulling my shoulders back throughout this kind of sedentary daily life that most of us are in. How can I, fight that hunch over? So this is another way to find it. All right, shake it out, roll it on up, come back to all fours, onto your mat. We're gonna get the blood flowing a little bit with a challenging plank round. Okay, so we're gonna start by just hovering those knees. So now I do want you to round the back. Tuck the toes, hover the knees, round the spine, look down toward your thighs, eyes to thighs. Little rounding there of the spine to be able to pull that belly button up and in. Hover those knees. And then go ahead and back to find your neutral spine, all fours, okay? So your belly button comes into your spine, eyes to thighs, hover those knees. One more breath. And lower those knees down. Now I want to find a full plank. So stretch that right leg back, stretch that left leg back. Eyes are now just down right there at the top of your mat, maybe slightly in front of your fingertips. so that you ensure that your neck is in line with your spine. Hips are down. Back is imprinted on the ceiling. Just find that perfect plank. Take your plank vitamins, and then we'll move into our pikes. So float those hips up, look down toward your toes, exhale to plank. Up to that pike, exhale to plank. You got 3 more. Pike, 2, plank. Good. 2. Last one, we're going to do some ballet burpees. So I like to call these ballet burpees because they're nice and graceful. You're going to bring your right foot to your right hand. You're going to bring your left foot to your left hand. You're going to roll up, reach those arms to the ceiling, roll back down, squat, step back to your plank, right foot back, left foot back, and do a push-up. Tone it up. Again, here we go. Right foot to right hand, left foot to left hand. All the way up. Good. Round it back down into that squat. Step back into your plank. And push up. Let's do 3 more, yeah? Foot to hand, foot to hand. Round up, reach tall. All the way back down. Back to plank. Back to plank. Push up. Good. Keep going. Foot to hand. Foot to hand. Reach to the ceiling. Round it back down. Step it back. Step it back. Push up. Foot to hand. Foot to hand. Last one. Beautiful. Round it down. Step it back. Push it up. And come down to your child's pose. Stretch it back. I like those better than regular burpees. So at least it wasn't those. No jumping. All right, round it on up. We're gonna come on to our backs. 5 final teasers, and then I'll let you stretch. Okay, so we'll start version 1. I'll give you version 1, version 2, and version 3. So version 1, feet are on the floor. You round up, reach, arms to ears, and round it back down. That's version 1. Version 2, legs in tabletop. Reach, arms to ears. Balance, round it down. Version 3, stretch knees. Yeah, same thing. Reach up to that teaser, round it back down. So those are your choices. 5 rounds of each. Just 5 rounds total. Yeah, so whatever you chose, we're gonna do 5. Here we go. Teaser 1, exhale, here we go. Bend that teaser, photo up, and roll it back down. That was 1 out of 5. Here we go, 2. Teaser, good. And round it back down. And 3. You can always use your legs to help you up. Yeah, round it back down. And 4. Try to be a nice slow roll down. Give me that last one down. Number 5, here we go, last one. And roll it down. And awesome job. Let those legs come back into your chest. And we'll find our hamstring stretch. So if you have a TheraBand, you want to use it, hook it under your right foot. Get that extra stretch there if you need it. So you can either bend or stretch your left leg. If you want to stretch it, work on your splits. Yeah. And again, see how naturally you go to that tuck, that imprint, right? See if you can find a neutral spine here. So you're stretching your spine as well as your leg, your hamstring. We always want to get the most out of each stretch, each exercise. So that's the way I found works as double duty, stretching the spine and the hamstring. One more deep breath. Take that right leg slightly across your center line, but I want you to keep the right side of the body down. Flex that right foot, and then you feel that nice ouchy stretch on the outside of that right leg. Really tight there all the way across. Try to keep that right hip down. If you need a hand there, put it there to help keep you down. And then take it all the way out to the outside, that right side, open it up a little bit. And then I like to take my hand on my left side to keep it down. Yeah, so that I don't just lose it. Try to keep that anchor. Yeah. One more breath. Back to the center. And then I want you to let that leg go and see how much longer it feels than the left leg. So let it go down. It should be a few inches longer on the floor. Hug that left knee in, stretch it up. Just start a gentle hamstring stretch first, just trying to reach that heel toward the ceiling. It's really important to still stretch in your correct placement. So let's find our neutral spine. Here, not an overarch, just not a tuck. Yeah, I want to walk around that round, tucked spine. Big exhale, big stretch. One more big exhale here. How's that neutral spine? Find it, find it, find it. Big stretch, neutral. You have to pull your waist in. And then take that leg slightly across the center of your body. Keep that foot flexed if you can. Ouch, right? That cross body stretch. Still in that neutral spine, still pulling the waistline in. Just because you're stretching doesn't mean you get to quit pulling that waist in. And then back to the center. Open up that left leg out to the left side a little bit without losing the connection of the right side on the mat. Yeah? So keep that right side down. Use your hand if you need to. Use your TheraBand if you want to help stretch on that foot, on that leg. Then come back to center. Let's let this leg join the right leg. So they're both nice and long now. Yay, I hope you feel longer. Roll it up. Come to seated. And we're going to cross our legs. This is what I always like to make you do at the end of class. See if you can stand up with no hands. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Good job! And you're done. Thank you. Great work, you guys. I had so much fun. Hopefully you guys did too.
Awesome.
You did. Yeah.
Thank you.
There, I can hear you. Good job from what I could see.
The camera doesn't reach all the way.
I know, you have to look at the floor half the time, right?
Yeah, I
For
can
my
see a few
bookcase,
legs
you can see.
flying up in the air. That was great, guys.
All right, we can see you perfectly. Thank you.
Yes,
Good,
it was
good.
good.
You can
Thank
hear
you
me
so much.
okay?
Bye, Debbie.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right,
Bye. Great to see everybody. Thanks, Chelsea. That was awesome.
Great
Yeah.
job. Thank you.